Hi there, my name's Andy Sykes, otherwise known as hexjibber. I'm a award-winning animator and I also teach Flash animation in universities and colleges here in the UK. This is my website, hexjibber.com, and here's the lesson. If you looked at my last lesson on how to create a symbol and a simple motion tween, then you should have an object, probably a face, moving from the left to the right hand side of the screen. What I'm going to show you now is how to jazz that up a little bit. If I go down here to my properties dialog and click on the first keyframe of that animation, you can see I get a whole load of options. Let me just scale that up so I can see. You've got a whole load of tweening options. There's easing and rotate. Can ignore sound for the moment. Basically, I'll go into easing first. Easing is essentially a way of speeding up or slowing down your motion tweens. So probably the best way to illustrate that is if I stick onion skinning on. That's just this little symbol here, onion skin. If you click on that, and you'll see you'll start getting a little bit of ghosting there. I'm going to pull the onion skin preview all the way back to the beginning. So what you can see is that's your whole 75 frames of face moving from left to right, and they're evenly spaced. So when I press enter, it moves at a uniform speed from left to right. If you want to change that, you can do some easing. So here where it says ease, I'm going to shove it right the way to the top, plus 100, and what that'll do is it'll slow the animation down as it moves forward. So if I press enter, you can see it grinds to a halt, a bit like a car stopping. And if we have a look with the onion skinning on, you can see there's a lot more frames at the end than there are at the beginning, and that's how Flash achieves that illusion of it slowing down. So the fewer frames there are, the more quickly it moves, and then towards the end it's squidged all the frames in so that it looks like it's slowing down. To get the opposite effect, you can just click on the first keyframe again, go to your easing menu and slide it all the way back down to minus 100, and then it'll say in. So we just did an ease out, now we're doing an ease in. So if I click on the stage and press enter, you can see that it speeds up as it goes along. A bit like a car starting. Okay, so that's pretty simple. So what if we wanted this face to rotate as it moved along? That's pretty simple. You can go to the rotate section of your properties dialog here, and you can do auto rotation, none, clockwise or counterclockwise. So I'm going to click on clockwise, enter a number in here. Let's do 3 rotations clockwise. So if I click on the stage and press enter, you can see that our face is now spinning around and moving. That makes our keyframes look pretty wacky and onion skinning. So there we go, it's rotating. Kind of looks like it's rolling like a pebble. So that's pretty simple. Got to go back to our first frame. I'm going to turn rotation off. I'm just going to show you how to make your symbol appear to get bigger from one keyframe to the other. Turning and skinning off at the moment. If I go to my second keyframe, click on my symbol using the black selection tool, and go down here to the free transform tool. Click on that, and I'll get these black markings around the edge of my symbol. And that means that I can resize it. That symbol you can see at the moment, that's the rotate symbol, but if I move closer to the actual block, you can see I get 2 little arrows. So that means that I can resize my symbol. If you hold down shift, it'll lock the proportions of it so that it doesn't get squished. So there we go, made it a bit bigger. So if I go back to my first keyframe, press enter, you should see it getting bigger as it moves along. There we go, that's pretty simple stuff. And if I want to increase the effect of that, I can make my first keyframe much smaller. So it kind of looks like it's coming from the background into the foreground. So yeah, that's pretty simple. In the next lesson, I'll show you how to add tints and alpha effects, which is essentially transparency and making the colour different. Okay, I'll see you there. Hey, if you've enjoyed this lesson, why not consider checking out my website, hexjibber.com, where you can also buy my book, the Hexjibber Colouring and Activity Book. You can buy it in the UK, US, Germany, France, Japan, from Amazon and other good stores.